Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. There's retro games, there's vintage games, then there's the realm of the video games we play here on the channel. It's the only place where YouTube and Twitch are so confused when they ask, what video games are you playing tonight? They just don't know. Welcome to June 1982, where we last played The New World on the Apple II. That's right, the New World. This is a new world of video games, and we're going to see them all. It's the middle of June, so let's press forward and see our next game. Let's go to the TRS-80 and play Strike Force. That just is a great title for a name. We haven't seen anything this close, but it just screams 1980s. We want to play some action games on our TRS-80. Let's see what the box looks like for Strike Force. The Ultimate Challenge, Stretch Your Skills and Imagination Beyond This Planet by Melbourne House Publishers. And then that's it. That's all we have for artwork. At least front of the box, I'll take it. Let's pop in Strike Force and play on our TRS-80 by Clifford Ramshaw, William Tang, in June 16th, 1982. Another one we have to type in. Let's see what Strike Force is all about. I'm up for anything tonight because we have some games that are going to be in the realm of I really don't know for sure where or when or how these games came about. So there you go. They credit William Tang here. This is Beam Software that we're seeing. At least where William Tang would be from as the development side. So we use the 4 arrow keys for spaceship control and spacebar to fire. Press numbers 1 to 7 to set up a desired energy shield. And then you have incendiary star shell by flying through it. Any letter to drop the incendiary star shell. Wait a second. That's more controls than we're used to here. Let's try it with one player. I like this graphic that they're getting. It's like almost pseudo scrolling in and back and force feedback to give us the text. All right, so we want to play. So we do 2 players. It's just 2-player alternating. But here we go. We are in. And oh, nice touch. I can go back and forth. It is like Defender, less like a Super Cobra. We have radar at the top too. So it's almost like it's a blend. We're playing a simultaneous. Oh, and we're dead. Simultaneous Defender and Scramble at once, unless is there rescuing to be had. Let's go over here to the end. Does the radar loop us around? It does. Gosh, the missiles get fired up really fast, though. Was not expecting that. It's only a few pixels, so you can't blame me. Look down at the bottom of the screen. Can you really tell when they're going to come? Let's see if another one shows up. Oh, and there's a tunnel down at the bottom. I wonder what that's about. And the enemies that explode you. Just crazy. All right, so let's try a different number here. Oh, nice. We can put up shields. Oh, I see. So you are in an infinite loop. It is very similar to Defender, but you have a way you can... Nice. You can put up shields to protect the cities down below. So in a way, it's like a pseudo-missile command. You have cities that are going to be blown up. The bombers are coming in. You got to protect them. And we're already dead. That was a fast run. This is obviously the live show. As we play these games, it's like you're jumping in 1982 and checking them out. Yeah, right? All right, so let's see. Let's go in again. If we did a 2-player game, don't get too excited. You can't play simultaneously. I always test that ahead of time because if you can play at the same time, that's a different level of gameplay. All right, let's get smart and destroy them. Oh, nice touch. If I touch the direction... Oh, and there they go. They're going for the bombing attack. Okay, now I'm getting the hang of it. When the enemies blow up, the explosion can kill you, which is something different. And let's see, is this another? Oh, we have a... Oh, gosh. Okay, so they have an enemy that is able to home in our location. And then if we want to protect the cities, we can put shields up with a level of shield. And then if you just mash any key, what does that do? I thought they said any key would have a incendiary grenade blow up. This is great. It's seeing, again, this slow evolution of video games where they were mixing genres together or trying different things, just a subtle tweak. So you can see it's Defender and Scramble in one, but it also has this protect the city kind of gameplay, which is a nice touch. Yeah, it is very difficult. But then again, if you saw me play Defender when it was released, it blew my socks off. I did not do very well playing Defender live on the channel. It was an extreme experience. It was very fun, but don't look for any high scores. So the radar is helping us out. It's I think that's displaying how many cities we have left. Yeah, they're going in for bombing now. We can raise our shields and protect it. Get the shields up. And you see 5, 4. Okay, it has a time limit and shows you how many towns we have left. But you're staying in this screen, and it looks like I can fire off screen. Oh, so cool. Okay, yeah, I looked at the radar as I was firing shots. The enemies on the radar were going away, so you can actually fire off screen, which is that's pretty impressive. Oh yes, Stargate. Isn't that the harder version of Defender? Oh man, yeah, that'll be a trip. Let me read the instructions again. They said something about being able to throw an incendiary grenade or blow everybody up. You can pick up... Oh, you have to pick it up. So you fly over it, pick up the star shell, and then you can push any letter. Okay, so we haven't picked it up yet. It looks like 3 pixels, so how did I know I was going to pick that one up? All right, so let's try it again. Let's see if we can find it. I bet it's the one that was in the tunnel down below. This one here. Yeah. I was going to pick it up, but no, I just blew up. Was that not the shell? It looked like it. Or do we have to shoot the shell to pick it up? So many questions. Oh, I don't know for sure if that... No, it didn't count for me picking it. Let's try it. I just hear the bombs dropping, so I don't know exactly how to pick it up. And if you want to speed up, you can hold the... by the way, I'm playing this on the joystick. So the control works... Oh, no! The control works with the joystick on the TRS-80, which is very impressive for the time. I really enjoy these arcade games on the TRS-80. It's giving life to a system that's been around since 1977. But you can say the same thing for the Apple II. It's been around since 1977. And, well, technically, there's different models. You know, we're on the Model 3 right here on the TRS-80. And then the Apple II has the Apple II Enhanced. So it's just continuing the life of a really old computer, which is kind of cool. Yeah, very, very challenging, but a lot of fun. Yeah, you can have a lot of fun with this in 1982. So there you go, there's Strike Force. We did play a game earlier called Sea Dragon, but that was a constantly 2D scrolling game. This one is the blend of like Sea Dragon and Defender. Of all the games you could play on a home computer, what would you give Strike Force? Is this in the realm of, it's pretty average for the time? Or is this is a pretty good or excellent game for the time? Or is this one of the best games you could play on a home computer? I'm still going to be in the realm of this is excellent. One of the best games you could, not one of the best games you could play on a home computer, but I'm going to go 4 stars for Strike Force. Lots of fun, well done. You can see they have changing up the variety of how you play a video game is so interesting. Yeah, pretty decent for the TRS-80, definitely. All right, so after Strike Force. Yes, I know, the whole game library, I wasn't familiar with the TRS-80 and what they had to offer. Thanks to Chronologically Gaming, we're seeing them all. All right, and with that, let's press forward and see our next game. It's time to go to the arcade. Let's play some Kram. I have no idea what Kram is. We're going to explore it together, starting with the advertisement flyer, which I don't believe is the real advertisement flyer. It looks like a mock-up. There's an example of the screenshot down below, but then you're playing as a red blobby character, maybe an homage to Pac-Man, because, you know, something round, make something round, and it's a character with hockey pucks that are flipping around. This one's by Taito, but the only thing I could find for this was Taito of America. So we're going to America to play this unless someone tells me that this was in Japan first. I couldn't find anything. There's the arcade cabinet you would find for Kram. And the control panel, terrible picture of the control panel. You see we have 2 different buttons. So the controls are an 8-way joystick, and as you move around, you have a button to build walls, and then you have a button to break walls. So just 2 different buttons. There's the arcade marquee for Kram. I don't know what they're going for. A red... He's wearing sneakers, and then we have skulls that are coming after us. Hopefully the operator's manual will tell us all about Kram, right? And we do have an operator's manual. What is Kram? Here you go, Kram, Taito of America. Tell us more about Kram. Operation Service Manual. This one has the game setup. Oh no, it's only technical. I think this is only telling us the setup. What did the table of contents have? Programming plug, no, it's the list of, oh no, I think this has nothing to do about the game itself. Enter self-test mode. No, I think it's only technical. Oh, great. Yep, no hope there. So Taito of America didn't help us there. So that means we have 2 different sets we could play in the arcade. We're just going to go in the arcade and pop some coins in and play Kram by Mark Blasix in June 17th, 1982. Let's see what Taito of America has for us. So this is by Mark, And Mark programmed this, and you do Mark backwards, and there's Kram. So nice touch. He put his own Easter egg in the title of the game. Did Title of America know? I don't know for sure. This is the whole spread of what you'd see when you first step up to the arcade game. Let's zoom in a little bit. We'll get a closer look of how this game plays instead of being so far away. They're going through the attract mode now, telling us how to play. We have walls that can stop enemies, bust out, which is the button that you can push to destroy walls. And then the Ripper comes in. Okay, the Ripper comes in and destroys walls, but it looks like we need to avoid the skulls. And then the skulls turn you into a skeleton. The character's pretty quaint. A bug-eyed red dot. You control Kram. Kram needs to get the score for targets. Looks like that's how you get the points. You pick up rotating coins, avoid the deadly skulls, and then to do that, you can set up walls or build walls. Oh, just wait for Christmas 1982. There's a lot. There's so many consoles and computers that we're gonna see. It's gonna blow your mind. And then Bust Out destroys the walls. All right, let's put some coins in. Oh, no sound effects for coins. Let's go ahead and start it up. Kram is on the prowl. So they got some walls made up for us. Let me just mess around with the screen first. Yeah, so it's 8-way joystick. Feels good to move Kram around. The walls I cannot pass through until I click the bust out key and it breaks the wall. So you can see as I get near the walls, they break open. And if I want to build walls, how does that work? Okay, you just hold, I can hold the button down and just build nonstop walls until you die at least. So you're essentially moving around freely, not like a maze-style game. It's kind of where you're building your own walls to protect yourself. And then all you need to do is pick up the points on the sides and then avoid the enemies or not get killed. Got that one there, and then we got one more. Got it. Okay, so you pick up all the points, move on to the next round. Are they building different walls? I can't tell or not, but you know what? This time, let's just go for the points and see what happens. They're all over here, and they enter the screen from the right side. What a bizarre game. Yeah, never seen this one or heard of this one. Did anyone play Kram? Did anyone like Kram? It is different. Part of me feels like we should have seen this on a computer arcade-style game, because we've seen lots of original games out there. You mean the look reminds you of the ex-girlfriend? Yeah, and I can see how you could sign your art that way with the bug eyes. Go, go, go! I don't really understand the point values. Notice how they're switching between 400, and then the longer they're on the map, the higher they get. So I guess if you don't go straight for the points and hang out longer, you'll get more and more, or the values will go up. This does look the part, though. For an arcade game, it's very well done for how it looks. Oh, what is this? Red points. Are we losing points? That's terrible. Because we have a blue key and then another different one. God, yeah, now it's getting more frantic on keeping a track of where all the enemies are. Oh, you don't even remember it on MAME? Then that begs the question, does this really exist? Was this a real game? It was for sure. We have the advertisement. We have Taito of America's seal of approval. It still feels fake, though, because most of the games we see from Taito, they come from Japan first. So for Taito of America to make their own game seems a little strange. Well, this game's a little strange. There we go. And if we put more coins in and we decide to play a two-player game, it is still an alternate player affair, so you don't get to play at the same time. What you see here is how the game works. I'm not sure if it would be better to stay on the screen and let the points accumulate, but I mean, look how simple it is. To avoid the skulls, the control's very, very easy, and I can just go around grabbing. Oh no! Now I gotta, I gotta build a wall, but I wasn't fast enough. Look how bright and colorful it is, though. Very well done for arcade arcade games for the time. It looks the part. The gameplay, though, it's not as charming as you think. The character does look like it would be designed by something in Japan, or someone in Japan. Whoa, they can go through diagonally. I forgot about that. So you have to block it correctly. Yeah, the graphics is, I would say, the main draw for this. And the artwork for the arcade cabinet, I mean, look at this around the outside. It's very well done. So there you go, that's Kram in the arcades. Of all the arcade games we've seen up to this point, Kram's an interesting one. I obviously have no nostalgia for Kram, considering the other Golden Age arcade games. This doesn't fit, though. It feels like it's not part of the other space shooters or the original ideas that we've seen in the arcade. So I'm not going to say it is a 3-star. It's not an average game. I didn't not enjoy playing. It's not bad, but it's not one of those arcade games that really sticks out as an extremely fun affair. So I'm going to say of all the arcade games you can play, we're going to go 3.5 stars for Kram. It's above average, but it's not really pushing the realm of an excellent or great arcade game that you could play at the time. Yeah, average or less, I'm seeing from the chat. I'm with you. All right, so after Kram, that would be the biggest highlight of the evening. Now we're going to get into the very weird and strange. Are you with me? Let's go. Our next game is Krell on the Commodore VIC-20. That's right, Krell. Not to be confused with Krull, which I believe comes out next year. Anybody remember Krell? K-R-U-L-L? Let's take a look at the artwork for Krell. This is the only artwork I could find by Rabbit Software. Very bizarre. You can see it looks like we're going sci-fi or fantasy. And we're supposed to be destroying enemies, and we're playing as what looks like a superhuman, but there's also some sci-fi elements there. Don't know what's exactly happening. And then some screenshots. He does a little bit. All right. Yes, the greatest weapon ever. All right, let's pop in Krell on the Commodore VIC-20. It's time to go to Europe by Stuart Barnes of Rabbit Software. It's June 17th, 1982. Krell. So this can be controlled on the keyboard or joystick. We got our Commodore VIC-20 joystick in. Let's push F1 and go. And we are in. Krell is the ultimate space shooter. It is shoot, move left, move right, and fire. And they even made it so I can hold down the fire button and destroy the enemies. We have what looks like a barrier at the top, which almost reminds me of Breakout. Like we're shooting through Breakout. Or anyone remember the L power-up on Arkanoid? It feels like we're maybe... Wait, the enemies just all reappeared. Wait, what just happened? So hold on, I'm shooting through the enemies to the back, and I'm collecting points for what I get, and I'm getting points for the walls, but then all of a sudden the screen switched, or flipped off. I think we have to hit the boss in the back, and we hit the gold guy. It is! Very interesting. Okay, so it's a Space Invaders variant, but they changed up making a wall that you have to pass, but as long as you get to the back and shoot the boss or the gold invader, then that's it. You go to the next level. Check out the sound effects. It almost sounds like, remember that we're playing on the Commodore VIC-20, so the sound chip isn't as impressive as like the Commodore 64, which doesn't exist yet. But the Commodore VIC-20 doesn't really have a lot of sound, but this almost sounds like metal in the background, or an amp that's been tuned way too high. Get him! Yes! So when you destroy the enemy in the back, that's it. It moves to the next round. It doesn't calculate points though, so what's the draw for destroying it? Yeah, whenever we destroy the boss at the end, that's what brings us to the next level, but it doesn't like add up more points to the score. I like it though. The twist on Space Invaders is a cool idea. Gameplay's simple, moves left, right, and fire. Obviously they use tile-based. I'm gonna guess basic for this because it's a little slower. Yeah, I don't see anything moving faster than that, but there you go. That's Krell for the Commodore VIC-20. Of all the games we can play on a home computer, it's around average. I mean, it's Space Invaders. Not that I want to knock Space Invaders as being bad, but it's still, I'd say, around 3 stars for all the computer games you could play for the time. It's fun, but it's not enough to really push above 3.5 for me. Oh, maybe you destroy everything on the screen and then the main boss, and then goes to the next one. Well, I like the idea, though. It's not exactly like Space Invaders. It's a little twist, and that's always fun. Oh, Victor's going 2.5. I'm with you. Still around the average range for Krell. Think of all the computer games we've seen up to this point. Think of everything else you could be playing And it is in Europe, so this would be, think of the perspective, you're playing in Europe on your Commodore VIC-20 and the other systems that are out there, or the other computers that are out there. All right, and with that, let's press forward and see our next game. It's time to go to the Apple II, and this is Laser Bounce. Laser Bounce. Let's see what Laser Bounce is all about, starting with the box. The Battle of the Bouncing Beams. An original arcade game by Kevin Calcutt? Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. That looks pretty generic. Again, with the grid design and the neon design. We're seeing lots and lots of boxes and artwork in the 80s. Man, it's like we're getting splashed with 1982. So cool. Oh, yeah, I don't know about the VIC-20 if they did or not. I just know it wasn't as powerful as the sound on the 64, which doesn't exist yet, by the way. We don't know what that is. We're just speaking mumbo-jumbo. We don't know what it is. It does look on the front, right? Oh, yeah, the one in the back, definitely. If you're going to flip it over from the bottom, it might. And then we flip it over the back. Victim or Victor, the laser beam bounces. Laser Bounce is an arcade-style game for 1 or 2 players, and this is simultaneous play, where you can bounce laser beams off satellites to destroy enemy energy modules, as you try to defend your modules against the same kind of attack. The satellites move quickly. Bouncing the beam at the right time and angle, activating your shield at just the right moment, takes concentration and laser-quick calculations. It's another new series of challenging arcade and adventure... No, it's not adventure games from Hayden. I don't know what they're talking about. This is not adventure. This is all arcade. Let's see what other arc we have for Laser Bounce. We also have the rules on the inside. Your city and their city have been at war as long as anyone remembers. They didn't spend a long time writing the lore for this. A defense wall rises between the cities so high, the only way to attack is to bounce laser beams off satellites. The object of the game is destroy the enemy's energy modules while protecting your own. To attack, you fire a laser beam so that it deflects off a passing satellite onto an enemy module. To defend, you activate a shield which bounces enemy beams back into enemy territory. So you have 2 paddles if you want to play 2 players. So we'll be plugging in our Apple II paddle to play. And one player controls the left side, the other player controls the right side. You rotate the paddle to locate the crosshairs, which determine the laser beam and where it's going to hit. And then you push the button to fire. You have 2 types of satellites. This satellite, it deflects the beam straight down, and the other satellite deflects it at a 45-degree angle. Your beam will deflect only when the satellite is in the crosshairs. Learn to time your shot so the beam and satellite arrive at the crosshairs at the same time. So we're playing with satellites and laser beams? Freaking laser beams? An energy module is destroyed when a beam bounces off an enemy satellite and strikes it. All 5 modules on either side are destroyed, then the board terminates. To activate the shield, move your crosshair as far as the side will go and push the button, and the shield remains only for a brief time, protecting modules and deflecting enemy beams back to their own territory. Warning! You can activate your shield only 3 times and never when the enemy beam is on the way. Activating a shield a 4th time without firing, you'll lose an energy module. So we got 2 different game variations you can play against the computer or a human being if you want to. There's the 5 1/4 floppy disk we'll be popping in. Man, that looks filthy. I should clean off my floppy before popping it in. And with that, we have no manual. That was pretty much the manual on the inside sleeve. Let's put in Laser Bounce by Kevin... I'm going to mispronounce his name. It'll come up in a sec. In the middle of June 1982. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. Yeah, you think it's going to be Pong, but no. We want to play some Laser Bounce. Here we go. Another title I was not familiar with. We had to dig it into the crates of Apple II software. Kevin Calcutt. Imaginative Systems Software is published by Hayden Book Company. Laser Bounce. Yes, we have book companies that are publishing computer video games. This is not the first. Okay, so we want to play... I'm going to start with a 2-player game so you can understand how this works. So I'm going to say 2 players, and then I want to do level 1 of difficulty. Okay, so they're waiting for 2 people to play. We got 2 different crosshairs. I'm in control of the orange crosshairs. You can see me moving left and right using my paddle controls on the Apple II. I'm in control of this side of the screen over here. So let me switch my view out so you can see a little bit. If you look on the other side, it has the same amount of modules on each end. So I know my shoulder was kind of blocking one of them, but each side has 5. And so what you do is, they're waiting for the second player to play as well, but you take your laser and you shoot from one side like this, there. So I'm going to play as the orange side and just shoot my laser beam. And you're trying to deflect off the satellite and then destroy one of the modules down below. We have never seen anything like this. In a way, it's kind of reminiscent of Missile Command, but you need to be thinking about angles before you fire a shot. And so I want to try to get this one to destroy there. And I destroyed another green module of the other player on the other side. Really, really cool idea. We haven't seen any game attempt or try this. But, I mean, it's laser beams and satellites. And then if I go all the way over to the end, it should activate the shield, I think. There it is. Yeah, you have to go to my side. Go to this side, and then you can see the shield gets activated down below. It only lasts for a brief moment, but it'll help protect you if you notice the enemy is about to fire. And then whenever you destroy all of the modules, then you win. So a really cool competitive two-player game. But that's not all. You can also play against the computer that's programmed in. All right, let's see if we can get the last one. Nice and easy. So you can see you have two different angles or two different satellites. They'll either do the straight down one. I'm more familiar with how to get that one to work. But the 45-degree angle one is a little more tricky. There it is. And then the last one should be right. Got it. I won, but I was playing against nobody. Yes, hard. So I'm already seeing 2 stars from Errol. So now what we'll do is go into a one-player game. I'll see how difficult the computer goes. And let's do, again, level of difficulty. I'm only doing 1. So we really need to be on our A game here with the computer. See, now the computer's in control of the green crosshair. So take a look at what they do. And if I want to protect myself, let's do that and get a little force field up. While your force field's up, I don't think you can fire. It's only to protect yourself. The computer put up their force field. There's the other satellite that moves across. And with the paddle control, it's awesome. It feels really cool. That's it. I beat the computer. Every time I practiced this before the show, I lost every single time on level 1. So there you go, a victory. That's true. I saw in the chat, it is similar to pool because you have to think of angles, but laser bounce is a unique idea. It is kind of a slower paced idea, though, because it'd be more enjoyable with 2 people because then you're both learning how the game mechanics work. But because of the originality, I'm going to bump it up to 3.5 stars. It's an above average title considering every other game we've seen on the channel, because we've seen games that try to do a strategy and play Pong style or bouncing things off, and it doesn't work as well. This actually works pretty well, and it's really fun. All right, so laser bounce. After that, let's press forward and see our next game. Oh man, it's time to go to England and go play the ZX Spectrum, the newest computer, and this is Lynchmob. That's right, you heard correctly, Lynchmob. Let's take a look at the artwork for Lynchmob. Starting with the box. Oh gosh, can you escape a lynching? This is, it says this is BS, so just bear in mind, we're going to play something that's BS. It's an exciting word game. Obviously, it's Hangman, and in the UK or other parts of Europe, they refer to it as, instead of Hangman, Lynchmob, but it just sounds terrible now. Yes, we would refer to it as Hangman. All right, so we have other artwork as well. Now, the front of the box is a little freaky, but the best part of this is the advertisement. This is by Bridge Software. They advertise it for the Sinclair Spectrum 16K. You only need the 16K one for this. They call this undoubtedly the best version of Hangman. We cannot recommend this program too highly. Every time that I read these kind of ads, I think, was this really true in a magazine? It says, you fed up with arcade for loners? Play the fun game that's all the rage at parties. It's a good game for adult parties, and it's educational for children. So as I'm reading this, and just remember all of this before we boot up the game. It's a really cheap game too. We could have done that for yes, I think so, right? Oh man. All right, so here we go. There is no other manual for this. We have just 2 different versions we could play of Lynchmob. Before we boot up the game, I will tell you that what you're about to see may shock and disturb you. Let's pop in Lynchmob by Bridge Software. Is June 17th, 1982. Oh man. Oh my gosh. That's right, it's BS Lynchmob, or Bridge Software. This game truly is BS. Welcome to Lynchmob. Type in the number of people wishing to play today. You can have 6 people play this game at once, and it's just another variation of Hangman. Alright, so I'll do people from the chat. Let's do 2 people. What's the first person's name? Last person was Victor. Oh man, the keys are so spongy on my ZX Spectrum. Thank you, Victor. Now the other name. Last person in chat was Manly. Let's do Manly. I am picking someone to start. They got to utilize all the sound on the ZX Spectrum. Manly, please type in a word or phrase not less than 4 or greater than 32 characters or spaces. And then push enter to finish. So this means the person that is picked first gets to decide what word they're playing for Hangman. All right, so then we'll pick... yes, right? To make it even more graphic, we'll do body twitching. All right, so the word we're going to pick, let's do easy one. It types so slow. The sponginess of the keyboard. And I did enter. Does it have to take a while to load? Anybody there? Maybe I hit run? No, I did enter. Or maybe we're just waiting for Lynchmob to load. Bear in mind, the ZX Spectrum is very, very new. And we're seeing titles that are blending the ZX81 and the ZX Spectrum, where they're coming out for both because it's such a new computer. Oh, we're now on to guessing. I pushed the wrong button, so we missed R. So now it's only Victor that has to guess. So you guess R. They don't tell you what letter it is, but here it is. Someone's probably going to get hung. What a macabre game to say. It's the best game for children. They should be playing. All right, so let's do T. Maybe in England they needed this to pass. No, there's no T either. Okay, let's do S. Oh, you get a score. We haven't seen that on a Hangman game. We played a lot of Hangman games. And let's do P. You get points for guessing the correct one. All right, so let's do E. Nice. All right, Victor, now's your chance to solve the puzzle. Yeah, that's probably what they're going to do. Only in the UK. They're very strict in their school system. All right, so let's do M. No, not M. Uh-oh, not looking good. What about N? Uh-oh, not looking good. How about P? You had P before. Oh, they're penalizing us. They do classify this as an educational title, like helping you learn to spell or read. It's like just very intense. If you don't spell correctly, you will die. How about B? Uh-oh, Lynch! That's what we're waiting to see. The Hangman games are getting more and more graphic. I'm scared to see what's going to happen later. We started this channel where it was just a picture, like a stick figure, or it was just letters, and then they just showed just one picture for a Hangman. But now we're getting this. This is what's happening. The poor guy. All right, so that's Lynchmob. Of all the computer games you could play at the time, I don't know. It's Hangman. I'm going to say it's still bad. I mean, it does get props for, you know, the graphic violence, letting you really feel the severity of Hangman. We're not playing just a child's game anymore. But, yeah, you could obviously play better. It is Hangman, though, so I'm going to go 2 stars. Of all the games you could play on a home computer, it's in the bad range. That's true. What was the other Hangman we played that was just insane, even more insane than this one? I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm scared for what the future holds for other Hangman games. Tune in to Chronologically Gaming, only here. And with that, let's press forward and see our next game. We're back on the TRS-80, and this is Mad Mines. Let's take a look at Mad Mines, another one that I barely found. Someone on Wikipedia just posted the image that we have here for Mad Mines, but that's all we got. It is whacked out and crazy. Mixture of carnival and sci-fi. Oh man, I hope not. Ed Boon making Mortal Kombat Hangman. Maybe we'll see that in the future. All right, so we have no other information or artwork for Mad Mines, so nothing left to do but pop in and play. This is by Funsoft. Yves Lempereur did this in June 17th, 1982. Or at least the first time I could verify we could play it. Mad Mines it is. Let's see what Mad Mines is all about. I'm a little scared and nervous because every single one of the games we've seen on this channel, besides Kram, you can find. Most of these are hard to find. All right, time to play some Mad Mines. Check out that intro. The screen wipe is so cool. Most of the games we see on the Apple II, they always have the same fade screen wipe, but here on the TRS-80, they get clever. All right, so let's do space for instructions. How do you play Mad Mines? Explode mines and destroy aliens. Which ones are the mines and which ones are the aliens? You move your ship with the arrows or the cursor keys, and then fire missiles is spacebar. Extra ship is awarded after 200 points. Okay, nice. Oh, we can redefine the keys. Nice touch. So if you wanted to do that, I love the computer games that do that. If we want to play a two-player game, there is no two-player simultaneous. This is a one-player only game. Yes, it does look crazy. Here we go. I can't tell the difference between... Wait, what is the star field and what is the shots? Are the enemies shooting... Okay, so the star field that's in the background, I thought were bullets, but it looks like it's not. It's just enemies coming down. We have a force field that passes, and they pass by the force field, then... Got him. But it's another fixed shooter. Go left, right, and fire. We will be playing these till the end of time, is my guess. Enemy variations change. Oh, I see what this is. Okay, so this shows you the evolution of video games. You got Space Invaders. Space Invaders inspires Galaxian, and then Galaxian inspires Mooncresta. Mooncresta inspires Space Eggs, which was by Sirius Software on the Apple II. This one is a variation of Space Eggs, or Phoenix, if you want to call it, because Phoenix was what inspired Space Eggs. But now this game is very reminiscent of Sirius Software's game Space Eggs, where the eggs break open and different enemies come out, so you get to see the different enemy types. It's like the one person copying another. We are going to see everything. No game is left behind. And I like this concept because the enemies that pop out whenever you destroy them are different every round. So one of the main ways that you want to play is you want to see what the next alien that's going to pop out of the egg to come after you. And they switch up the way that they play. Like you can see these move a little faster in fire. It's really hard to tell the difference between what a shot is compared to the star field in the background. But this does work with a joystick. So another TRS-80 arcade title with a joystick. Okay, let's see what the next enemy is. Oh, even faster. From what we saw in the instructions, I think there's only 3 enemy types. So this is our last one. And one of the strategies is not to fire on the egg. So, like, wait. Oh, see, and I missed the alien. So the next shot broke another egg open, and now we got 2 to worry about down here below. It's the game of picking your battles. I wouldn't give it as much as Space Eggs, though. I would consider that one a little bit better, gameplay-wise. Oh, wow. Awesome explosion, though. Already seeing the favorite one here. That's true. The sound effect of the laser fire. It does remind me of... I see what you're saying about Terminator 2, but where? Where is that sound effect? Is that whenever they were using the electronics or punching in keypad sound effect? Like whenever John Connor was hacking in to get money, was that the sound they were using? I don't think so. We broke open too many eggs, and we have too many enemies to destroy now. And we did it. Whoa. Also notice the force field gets lower and lower, so now whenever you destroy an enemy, they're going to come down. Oh, I got a new enemy type that just drops down. And you got less room as the force field goes down, so that's a nice touch. Oh, we got extra life? So cool. Yeah, this is a great space shooter. Again, another arcade game. Now, of all the arcade games you could play, again, on the home computer, what would this one be classified? You still call this average? I say this is above average. A very well-done arcade game to play on your TRS-80. That's a really good point, Manly. Why didn't these games get made on the other... It's because it's the company that wants to give the game love, and so these games just didn't get the love, and so that's why we didn't see them on Game Boy or other platforms, because you could easily recreate this on other places. Oh, enter your initials, nice. There you go. Get a high score table too. Oh, it's just well made. Another well made arcade game. It's a lot of fun, and the idea of playing as the space egg, I still say it's a great title for an arcade game, an above average computer game. I'm thinking 3.5 stars, but I could bump maybe 4. I wouldn't say it's one of the best games you could play, but it's still a great game. What do you think, 3.5 or 4? Or do you think it's one of the best computer games you could play at the time? Yeah, Arrow's going 3.5. Or 4, or 3 of 3.5. Yeah, it's a great game. I'm saying 3.5 as well. Above average for all the other games you can play on a home computer. Mad Mines is good. Mark's going 4. Very nice. All right, so after Mad Mines, let's see what is next. Here we go. Now we're in Japan, playing on the Commodore Max machine. Another obscure computer. I'm surprised we haven't seen more Japan. We will later, though. It'll be a lot of Japan. This is Mole Attack. Let's take a look at the box for Mole Attack. This is a game we've already seen on the Commodore VIC-20, and it's essentially the same game or same idea. This one's done by HAL Laboratory, the same HAL Laboratory that does Super Smash Brothers, among lots of other titles like Kirby and so forth. This is a company that started off doing programming for games in North America, and so it kind of slid under the radar here at Chronologically Gaming. They weren't just starting in Japan like the other game developers we've been showcasing. All right, so Mole Attack. What else do we have for the artwork? That just screams fun. If you already saw the Commodore VIC-20, whenever you played that, it's pretty much the same game here on the Max machine. Let's pop in the cartridge on the Max machine. This is by HAL Laboratory, June 17th, 1982. Let's play some Mole Attack. Okay, here we go. Oh, it shows you how to play. It's the same controls, too. I wonder if this even uses a joystick. It is a whack-a-mole game. You can use the keys, the display at the top to hit the mole, 150 points extend play, and then F1 to start. This is a one-player-only affair, but they kind of switch up the gameplay between other mole-style games, if that's a genre, where you hit them on the head, you get points, but if you hit them on the booty, then you get less points. So you can see their butts are sticking up. If you hit that, then you get less. You get more based on how, if it's a head that pops up, and then depending on where the head is how many points you'll get. I think they explain how it works whenever you see the attract mode. So this plays like a really cool arcade game. Oh, there it is. Yeah, they're showing you the point values you get. If the head is really close to being down at the bottom, then you get more points. And the same for this one. You get more points if or you get you'll lose more points if it's closer to the end. So detailed whack-a-mole game. I don't know how the best way to describe it. All right, so look, we're gonna push F1 and go, and I'm gonna use the keys TYU. Okay, we're ready. Let's go. We're ready to whack a mole. Don't hit that one. Got it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can't hit the butt. It is one of the first games by HAL Laboratory, but it does have the polish of a very well-made game. Even when we played it on the Commodore VIC-20, it feels like you're in an arcade or a carnival. Oh, it has a time. It just ticks the time down. I see. Not the booty. It does take a lot of concentration because you have so many keys that you can possibly hit. What happens if I move the joystick? Oh, the joystick actually... That's weird. When you move the Commodore Max machine joystick, it only does like 2 of the letters, which is strange. Yeah, that's true. Never seen a whack-a-mole game where the mole's butt comes up out of the top. All right, so there you go. That's Mole Attack. Kind of like we saw before on the Commodore VIC-20. The gameplay's pretty average, so I'm going to be the same way. It's 3 stars of all the home computer games you could play. While it is a well-done title, and it works pretty good with the keys, it's just whack-a-mole, and it is something that's pretty generic as far as how it plays. Think of all the other games you could play on a home computer. I'm thinking 3 stars. Oh yeah, Victor's way down there. It's bad, huh? But it's HAL Laboratory. You can't treat HAL Laboratory that way. Or at least maybe right now. Everyone's getting started in the video game industry. We're all beginners here. All right, with that, let's press forward and see our next game. It's time to go back to England and play on the Sinclair ZX81. This is Monster Mine. Let's take a look at Monster Mine, starting with the cassette. Yes. Epic artwork for the cassette. Nice going. Gem Software. It is a mine, and there's the monster. Don't let him get you. Flip it over in the back. Very nice. It says the monsters await their next meal. Will it be you? And we have other artwork for Monster Mine. Besides the box, there's an example of the screenshot. Yeah, true. The whack-a-mole game isn't really something you would play. How long could you spend on a whack-a-mole game, right? All right, we just have an alternate version. Let's pop in the cassette and play Monster Mine. This is by W.E. McGowan. And Gem Software, it's June 17th, 1982. Welcome to Monster Mine. If you wish to enter, please state your name. We will do Chrono. Oh man, that is really hard to get the, the letters to type your name. And they also keep the current champion of monsters up there. Hello, Chrono. Would you like instructions? Yes, I would. I'll push I. You are at the lowest level of the fabulous El Dorado gold mine. Your position is marked by an O, so we're playing as an O. There are gold nuggets all over the place. Each is worth 100 pounds. You must try to get to the exits at the top, collecting as much wealth as you can along the way. For a quick look at the mine, press L. Okay, let's press L. Got it. Okay, so there we are down at the bottom. We're the O, and there it is. All the pound symbols is all of the money. So we got to get all the money out of the mine. Did you pick out a good route, Chrono? Yes, we did. Well done. I set up a different mine each time. Haha. What a bastard. I just imagine some teenage kid programmed this game. To move the O, use these keys. So we're going to use 1 and 0, 2 and 9 to move around. So look down at your ZX81 and remember it is a membrane keyboard. It's like a calculator. And then you're going to be using those letters to move around. There's a time limit and the countdown starts after 8 seconds or your first move. If you run out of time, the exits close and you're trapped in the mine forever. When you want to start, press run. We are ready to rock. Let's run to the monster mine. Sorry, Chrono, I forgot to tell you. There are some rather unfriendly monsters in the mine. If they spot you on their level, they chase and double their speed. If they catch you, they eat you. Good luck. All right, so there we go. There it is. There's the monsters. There we are. And down at the bottom, we are playing as a 0. Oh, yeah, very much into computers at this time. And then the countdown has started. Okay, so let's go pick up some money. You can see in the top right of the screen, this is me picking up how many pounds I have. It looks like it's kind of like Pac-Man because it's a top-down maze, but the monsters are only going left and right. They're more like sentries than the ghosts from Pac-Man. All right, so let's go up and get some more money here. They say they speed up, right? Oh gosh, they go so fast. What? Oh, I see. And this area is safe. So I am picking up as much money as I can before I get out of the mine. Go, go, go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to go be really quick. Another tasty morsel for the monsters. Dish of the day, Chrono. Rest in peace. For another run with the same name, press S. Otherwise, press run. We'll push S. We want to go. We're ready to play. No need for instructions now. So the concept is kind of cool. This means I could essentially make my way to the top. Let's see if we just make our way to the top. This is going to be the part where I think I see. Every time you go on the same level with the monsters, they just speed up. So if you wait long enough, just wait for them to go to the far side and then go up because no one will come after us. It looks like they're going faster and faster as we go to the top. And then now it's all based on greed. How much money you're going to grab before you make it to the top. You have to take some patience. Would you call this a stealth title if it's like this? Nah, I wouldn't call it stealth. We've played other titles that take that genre. It's also so quiet because there's no sound here on the ZX81. Nice and easy. Now we'll wait for this guy to go all the way down. We should be able to make it to the exit if we make a mad dash. Ready, go, go, go. Escaped. Yes. Congratulations. Our total wealth is 1,600 pounds. Yes. 1,600 pounds sterling. There you go. That's Monster Mine. All right, so all the games we played at this point, Monster Mine is a Pac-Man variant maze-style game. It is a general run-of-the-mill title, not really pushing again anything further than other games we've seen. It kind of reminds me of other titles we've seen on the Commodore VIC-20 computer. So I'm going to say it's still around average for games we've seen, but you got to admire the charm, like how they do the introduction and tell you about the game. It's really nice. Yes, the trolling narrator is a very nice touch. All right, so that is Monster Mine, but that's not all. It also came out for the ZX Spectrum. This is Monster Mine on the other computer you could be playing by Sinclair. Let's take a look at the box for Monster Mine. It's the same thing. They just changed it to ZX Spectrum. Yeah, there you go. The same cassette tape. Will it work on both? Not really. What other artwork do we have for Monster Mine? It was available different ways because it was re-released, and this is the re-release, or the one of the boxes that was the re-release. I don't know what they're going for with the box. It looks like a whole amalgamation of things. And then there's also whenever the creator made their own and re-released it, this is what it was. This is what it looked like. By Richard Shepard Software. Monster Mine. Looks like he did it in his own house. Has the address there with an example of the screenshot. All right, where are other versions? We have the re-release, and then we have version 1 and 2. We're going to play the later one because it added a few more things to the game. So here we go. It's time to play Monster Mine, again by W.E. McGowan. It's June 17th, 1982, by Jim Software. If you're using a color display, press C. We're playing on color. Welcome to Monster Mine. Enter your name. Last person was Mark in the chat. Let's do Mark this time. Current champion of monsters, nobody. Hello, Mark. For instruction, press I. Is it the same instructions? The spongy keyboard doesn't recognize my button pushes. Your position, marked by, hey, we're a person now, is at the bottom of the fabulous Eldorado mine. There are gold nuggets all over the place, each worth 100 pounds. You must try to get out collecting as much money as you can on the way. For a quick look at the mine, press L. He's going to just troll us again after playing on the ZX-81. There we are. Look, we look like a person. It's all color here. All the colors of the spectrum. Did you pick out a good route, Mark? I set up a different mine each time. Ha ha. You bastard. To move, use the cursor keys. Okay, we're going to use the actual 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's a time limit after 10 seconds. There's some hungry monsters in the mine. If they catch you, they eat you. You are safe in the doors, which is the in between the rows. If you're in real trouble, hit the space key. This will immediately move you to the nearest safe place down. Use this as the panic button is limited to once per run, and it costs 1,000 pounds. So you use money to hit the panic button. If you haven't got 100, or if you haven't got 1,000 pounds, then tough. Hit run to start. Okay, let's go. Sorry, Mark, I forgot to tell you. If the monsters sent you on their level, they chase you and double their speed. Again, that trolling narrator. So here we go. We are in. We have sound effects now. We have color. What's not to love? We are on the ZX Spectrum. The new cool computer. Oh gosh, yes. The monsters actually have graphics. We're not playing as the letter O anymore. Oh man, the controls are so spongy though. That keyboard gives me like a second. It's like when we played other games on the ZX Spectrum, you have this just a slight delay because of that the chiclet keyboard. Yeah, bring out even more trolling. If you like that kind of thing, check out Nightmare Park. That one does a lot of it. It's really fun because of the dialogue. All right, well, let's do another run with Mark. They look almost like the bugs from Starship Troopers. If you were to fast forward in time. Okay, let's go ahead and just run. Look at them, the way they move. Yes. Nice and easy, easy. Now let's hit the, oh, we don't have enough money for the panic key. I want to collect enough money and see what the panic key does. Also notice that it's permadeath. Whenever you die, that's it. There's no lives. And we've seen that in quite a bit for UK video games. They just, whenever you're dead, you're like, just go all the way back to the beginning. It's all over. All right, let's push S again and run. Run. Push the keyboard. Okay, let's collect a lot more money this time. If we can get 1,000, yeah, this will be easy. You're safe here on the bottom row. There's our 1,000. So let's see if we push the panic button, which is our space key. I see. Nice. It just flicks you down when you press the panic. It does, use your money, and I think you only use it once, but that's it. Wow, and they eat you in bloody fashion. You are caught. Well, of all the games we've seen go from the ZX81 to the ZX Spectrum, you really don't get a whole lot of quality of life from the color. So Monster Mine, again, is the same thing. I'd say average for the time, 3 stars of all the games you could play on a home computer. The best thing, though, look at that box. It's a very well done front of the cassette cover. All right, that's where we got to put our video game playing on pause this evening. Of all the games you could play in 1982, well, how would you rate these games on our 5-star rating scale? Get ready for more extreme, get ready for more rare, and there's even one coming up. It's right above my shoulder, and you can't find this anywhere. So tune in next time, at least for that one. That's it for today, and like I always say, I'll see you in the arcade. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.